Hi, everyone. Welcome to Heart Center Tarot. As always, my name is Marina, and I will be your guide for this portion of the journey. And today, it's a pretty special day. It's Wednesday, so let's talk astrology day. So that means that John from Massalia Astro Tarot,
Thank you.
is joining us. Yeah, say hi, John.
Hi.
Eh, okay, so as promised, we are going to do the draw for the very first winner of the free personalized astrological chart. Um, that's going to be done by John, and a free 30-minute reading with with me. So let me get into a little bit of business, and then we'll do the draw. Hi, Sherry H. Hi, Amy Smiling, Love and Light. Okay, so what's coming up? Let me tell you. First and foremost, um, I owe a lot of you an apology. I do, and I'll tell you why. I had a few weeks ago, 3, 4 weeks ago, I had promised you guys that as soon as I got to 500 subscribers, that I would be having a draw for a free 1 hour tarot reading with me, personal tarot reading. Well, then Miss Linda G came along and the channel kind of exploded, and I totally forgot. Absolutely, totally forgot. So here's what we are going to do, okay? There's going to be 2 draws that I'm going to have, and that's going to happen on Friday, November 4th. That's a couple of days from now, at 8 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, which should incorporate, kind of the time zone for everyone. And what I'll do is you'll have to come into the chat, and I'm going to have a phrase that you're going to have to enter. And if all goes according to plan and the planets align and I burn enough candles, we're going yeah, we're going to be able to use the comment picker, which I was going to use for this draw, but apparently I think it only does like um, one chat function or one comment function at a time, and we've had several. So um, I wrote down everybody's names and when they commented, and I have them in a hat. I'll show you, and we'll draw from there. So um, yeah, November 4th, and I'll send something out to let you know. 8 p.m. Come on back here. Come see me. Spend a little bit of time. We'll, catch up a little bit. And we're going to do 2 draws. Okay. And each draw is going to be for a full 1 hour tarot reading with me. On November 5th at 2 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, I'm going to be a guest on Sherry H's Voices from the Swamp channel. November 10th at 1 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, 3 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be a guest on Amy's Smiling Love and Light channel. And everybody say hi to Amy. And then on November 12th, I'm going to be having Sherry H, Voices from the Swamp, on my channel. So that's kind of what's coming up. If you're interested in a personal reading, I do have a couple spots that are still open in November and December. So just reach out to me at heartcentertarot@outlook.com. I'll be more than glad to send you the information. And we'll see when we can get you in. Okay, so that having been said, I was telling John before we came on that, yeah, but the cough that I had, I don't know, I think it was last week or whatever, has come back full force. I think that I might be allergic to something, and yet I can't figure out what it is, because Calgary is covered in about 6 inches of snow right now, with a high wind gusts, so some sections have more snow than others, but it's like winter over here. So I would have thought it would have killed everything that was out there. Okay. So here you go. Here's my little hat. Here's everybody's, I don't want to tip it, everybody's entries in there. Um, and so yeah, well, I'll pick someone. And if you're the winner, please reach out to me at heartcenteredtarot at outlook.com, and I will get you hooked up with John so that he can arrange a time for you, and I will arrange a time for you, and we'll get this done. And then you can come back on and tell everyone about how great it was. How's that? Yeah. Oh, that's one of the stipulations, right? Okay. For those of you who have, yeah, if you haven't subscribed to both the channels, I'm going to give you a second to go ahead and do that right now. So, okay. All right. I'm putting it up on top so I can't see. Yay! All right, here we go. And, ooh, wait. There was two in here. I can't do that. I can only pick one. And I don't want to be the deciding factor. Okay. So who's the winner? The winner is Randy Samore, and she left a comment when we did the Gemini. So yeah, there's,
Wow.
yeah. So Randy, hey Kathy Parsons. Randy, if you're there, get in touch with me. Hey Lisa Foster. Um, if you know Randy, let her know that she won, so she might want to get in touch. So there.
Yay.
Yay. Yay, Randy. I think, yeah, Randy was, I think, one of my very first subscribers, if I remember correctly. So
Really?
yeah, I think so. Yeah, for some reason I think so. Yeah. Okay, for those of you that are going to be watching the Leo presentation with us, go ahead after the video uploads, leave a comment under the video, and those names are going to go into the draw. The ones that I already have in here, okay, they're going to stay in here. So we're just going to add to it and add to it. Okie dokie. All right. And Lisa Foster is here, and Chaley is here. Okay.
Hi.
Yeah. Hey, everyone. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn things over to John, and I'm just going to sit back and let him do his thing. So
Thanks.
you're on, John. You're
Okay,
on.
let's get things rolling then.
Perfect.
Okay, so today it's all about Leo. So, by going through Leo, we have closed the first elemental cycle with the previous sign of Cancer and developed our self awareness through all the four elements of fire, earth, air, and water. Now, it is time to let the world know about Leo, that is making its grand debut onto the stage. Previously in Cancer, the individual had a faint glimpse of how to manifest its ego and was mainly busy trying to understand its roots. But here in Leo, the personality is ready to shine and be expressed in full swing, as it is bursting with energy and demand to be noticed at all costs. The identity here is at its second birth, with the first one being in Aries. The difference here is that with the lion, the persona must be cultivated, refined, and exploited instead of being unfiltered like in Aries. In Aries, it was really about just manifesting the body, manifesting the self through action. But now with Leo, people with noticeable amounts of Leo placements in their charts are usually very aware of how they can influence others' gaze and perceptions on themselves, and thus can put on a sizable amount of effort into their appearance or mannerism.
Okay.
However, there is also a great fear that comes with putting itself under the spotlight, that of criticism and rejection. Leo
Yeah.
is terrified of being seen as subpar and become mocked for its performance. This usually stems from childhood when they first develop their ego by maybe drawing a picture, singing, putting on a show for mommy or daddy. It is when the kid starts to noticing some furrowing eyebrows or bored looks during their act, and this can truly be devastating for their self-esteem. So this makes Leo the most sensitive sign to negative feedback, from the
I see.
most subtle smirk to the blatant insult.
Oh,
So, the
poor
journey
Leo.
of this sign is to persevere through those unsightly detractors and strengthen their confidence so they can manifest their creativity in a positive way. Once they feel secure in their identity, Leo people can become some of the most generous and loving person of the zodiac, effectively shining naturally without the act of it feeling forced or unnatural. Yeah,
Nice.
definitely. So yeah, Leo is a very, very sensitive sign. Even though we can think of other signs that might be more sensitive, when it comes to criticism, and when it comes to being judged by what we are or what we like, or maybe our facade, Leo is at the top of the chain, definitely. And symbolically, the sign of Leo could be represented by the mighty sun shining brightly in a clear sky devoid of clouds, who could potentially throw shade at its glorious spectacle. The giant star bestows heat and light for the nature to grow tall and strong, like the astral father it is. The glare is so stark, one can only take a glimpse at this perennial golden sphere blasting its power through the Earth's surfaces. Everything revolves around it, and yet it doesn't even need to speak, for it exists to grant life. That is the true nature of Leo. So, as some of you might have figured out now, the sign of Leo's sole ruler, planetary ruler, is the sun, as it is here. This is the center star of the solar system from which all the other planets revolve around. This alludes to Leo's aspiring role of becoming the center of its universe without becoming overpowering to others. This delicate balance can be hard to maintain, of course, but is essential for people with significant amounts of placements in Leo to uphold. Some modern astrologers also include Neptune as the second ruler of this sign, but this is something I personally disagree with, since Neptune rules over the power of the collective and conscious, while Leo is all about the personal expression of creativity. So it's all me against the collective. So those two concepts cannot be further separated from each other for me, from my own perspective.
Yeah.
And that is why I consider the sun as the only ruler of the sign of Leo. So, also being a fixed fire sign. What was? Yeah. Being a
Hmm.
fixed fire sign, Leo is now at the securing stage of identity and must now unveil its value and talents for everyone to see. Even the most timid and wallflower type Leos have this need for self expression that can be manifested simply by making people laugh or to even building a career centered about their carefully constructed persona. One must not also fall into the trap of thinking that carving said persona automatically means that all Leos hide themselves behind an overdone veneer of varying success. Far from it. They are simply very aware of their own fragility and will do anything to protect their softer core and maintain a positive image. This brings us to another core concept pertaining to this sign: emotionality. In
Oh,
addition to
okay.
being the most sensitive sign against social shame and criticism, Leo people can truly drop the nice guy or gal facade once they feel they have been attacked personally. The lion's anger is real and usually quite dramatic in fashion, blowing up tiny details into mountain like proportions. They won't hesitate to fight back in any fashion they think necessary if you attack their ego. And that is why keeping a pleasant front for most Leos can be a hassle once they've become emotional.
Okay, then.
So, as for yeah, so Leo in general, this is a very, I would say, very special sign when it comes to expressing their own creative potential. Because Leo are very, very attached to um, their own facade. Like I said before, their own
Yeah.
persona. They have to create something in order
Yeah.
to feel, I would say, secured in the world because they're so sensitive underneath
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
layer. They're this protective layer that they've
Yeah.
constructed, and for many
And that
Leos,
false bravado and no, no, I'm tough, I'm tough. And yet,
yeah,
yeah, they can turn their head and their eyes are full of water. Yeah.
yeah. And this is why I would say that there's are so much Leo that they can really hide underneath that spectacle, that
Yeah.
brilliant
Yeah.
veneer. But at the same time, once they are emotional, once that they left someone inside, or I don't know, pierce that
Hmm.
that 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 veneer, it's over.
Yeah.
S- Most other signs have other types of defenses regarding that kind of protective layer. We all have
Hmm.
some kind of protective shield that prevents us from being completely broken or completely attacked
Yeah.
by others. But as for Leos in
Excuse
general,
me.
once they've been um, attacked, once they've been hit by something, the emotionality is overwhelming to them. And they really, really, you can really see the the impact that the blow dealt.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially from I would say if you maybe like compare about Cancer, another very emotional sign with Leo. Cancers
Yeah.
are more, well, they will try to retract. They will try to avoid being seen crying or being seen being vulnerable. So they will try to lurk into the shadows or be more introverted when they're feeling under the weather, anxious or something.
Right.
But Leos are full on dedicated to the social impact that they have. They've constructed their own personality. For some of them, they've constructed their own their whole spiel is centered around who they appear to be. So when
Yeah.
the the crack has settled, it is devastating.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's why they can become like unhinged, definitely. And we will see that more when we see the dark side of Leo further into the podcast. So, as for the professional aspect of Leo, they usually naturally gravitate toward the center stage where they can perform
Mhm.
and be revered by a crowd. So consequently, artistic jobs like actors, dancers,
Mhm.
comedians, clowns, and performers of all sorts can be
Yeah.
quite appealing to that sign. Definitely. This
Mhm.
this sign in particular, there are so much actors, Hollywood or elsewhere, that I found that possess at least one or two planet in their chart in Leo.
Right.
Definitely. There's so much of it. And that is not surprising because Leo brings out or way to shine or way to be able to express ourselves in a very dazzling way, in a very
Mhm.
dramatic way.
Yeah.
So that's interesting to see. Some Leos might prefer to put their creative juices on a more practical medium, like maybe, I don't know, fashion, interior design.
Yeah.
So again, the creativity is less focused on a performance, but
Yeah.
it is more about putting that creativity onto a medium, onto something tangible. So yeah, there's so much examples that I
Mhm.
can think about. Like just maybe just if I think about like I don't know Coco Chanel
Right.
or yeah or I think Andy Warhol, if I'm
Oh,
not
yeah, that would be a good
mistaken.
one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's not
Yeah.
overly Leo, but I think he's Leo or something like that. So,
Mhm.
anyways, there's so
Yeah.
much creativity coming from that sign. It is astounding.
Yeah.
It is, yeah, quite remarkable. But on the other hand, since the sun rules over the elite and the ruling class, some Leos crave working at the top of the food chains, like being CEOs, top executives, politicians, and managers in general. So
Mhm.
that's another avenue. And also, I'm just thinking about it. Leo is also the sign of bankers and leading with finance in
Okay.
general. Yep. So that's another one. And finally, Leo people might also enjoy working with children, especially when it comes to their education. So
Oh,
we can
okay.
see a lot of kindergarten teachers, little kids, yeah, definitely,
Mhm.
or preschool teachers having placements in Leo, definitely. They're because they got that um, education with some element of fun with it.
Yeah.
That's really describing Leo, and they're very protective. Also, Leo are
Mhm.
extremely protective of
Yeah.
their own children, but also for others too.
Yeah.
They care a lot. Leo is a very, very caring sign.
Yeah.
Okay, now it's time for the dark side of Leo.
Oh.
so, so the dark side of Leo is again tied to their intense sensitivity to criticism, as they can
Mhm.
prove themselves to be tyrannical with others if they don't get the positive attention they expect. Since Leo rules over children in general, some adults of that sign can regress into immature tantrums during which the world has wounded them straight to their heart in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
They can let their emotions get the best of them should they feel sufficiently hurt and transform into a never ending hurricane of sheer violence.
Wow.
This isn't the blink and you miss it outburst of Aries we are facing here, but
Yeah.
an uncontrollable, raging, scorching fire, everything on its
Wow.
path. Yeah, there is an uncontrollable aspect here because we are with a fixed sign here. So fixed
Hmm.
sign, especially when dealing with anger, they tend to be angry for a long time,
Yeah.
or any emotion there is. They will try to sustain the emotionality longer than
Yeah.
most other signs. Yeah, at that stage, it is practically impossible for Leo to be tamed, as any attempt to cool off will be met by more retaliation. Because we get a very egotistical sign
Yeah.
here and trying to say, wow, calm down, you're over exaggerating or something like that. It's yeah, it's putting oil on flames.
That's right. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
Exactly.
it is important to add that not all Leos can get worked up into a bundle of rage when angered.
Hmm.
Some are prone to crying when faced with humiliation, but either way, the emotional manifestation is out in the open and deeply felt compared to
Hmm.
other signs. This is, I would also, I would even say that the Leo sign tends to be the most overt in their emotional behavior.
Hmm.
It's really out in the open. There is nothing left to the imagination here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I also wrote, also because of the fixed modality, Leos have the hardest time making compromise, and this can further
Hmm.
complicate the moving on from trauma aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there can be uh, really hard to the healing
Yeah.
part can be really hard to accept,
Yeah.
and they
It's like the trauma is played over and over and over again, and anytime that they replay it, it's like they're reliving it again. So the anger comes up, and
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
and I would
Oh,
say that
sorry. Yeah.
uh
D Rose, don't worry if you're late. You're fine. You're great. Thanks for coming in.
so yeah, and I would say also that Leo usually, oh, I could also go for that slide too. That's a good one.
There you go. It is a good one.
Yeah. So I would also say that there there's another aspect that further complicates um, the path of healing with
Hmm.
Leo, and it's their attachment to drama, their attachment to
Yeah.
drama, to be dramatic and over emphasize the wound
Yeah.
and overemphasize the pain that they've been dealt with. So it can be really hard for Leo people, and you don't even have to have as the sun in Leo for that to manifest. Could be the moon, could be anything else, but especially for the moon, I would say there
Mhm.
is a really hard, yeah, a really hard aspect here coming from being wounded from something, from and
Yeah.
then like sustaining pain
Yeah.
from an incident, especially if that goes back from childhood.
Yeah.
Definitely, having water in this in the chart will help alleviate part of it, but still, it's still quite intense. So, the life mission of Leo is to create their own center where they can shine and bring joy to others in a natural, unrefined way.
Mm-hmm.
Leo need Leos need to be put on the limelight and perform in their specialty curated arena. Sorry, I've got difficulty with
That's it.
stresses today. Okay.
Don't worry about it. It's
Okay.
all good.
Rewinding time.
Yeah.
Leos need to be put on the limelight and perform in their specialty
Mhm.
curated arena where they can be admired for who they are
Yeah.
deep down. And also, if they integrate the good qualities of the opposite sign of Aquarius, Leos can take into consideration the impact of the collective
Okay.
that the collective can have on themselves. So they how can they have an impact on the collective and vice versa? Because Aquarius is all about groups in general.
Yeah.
How can the collective opinion of something can be swayed and manipulated? So when Leos finally understand that they can have an impact and that
Mhm.
it can be bounced back to them, in a way, it can be a little bit less daunting for them to
Yeah.
be put on the spotlight and be always like internally judged for
Yeah.
what they can do. And they can let go also of their fear of criticism and putting on a pleasing mask.
Right.
So they can
Okay.
truly excel at what they do without coming off as arrogant or snobby.
Yeah.
They can finally open their heart to people and become giving, protective, and inspiring. They,
Right.
on, they often unwittingly become what they've craved since they were children, a hero,
Yeah.
manifesting the most noble qualities the human heart can express. I also wanted to mention that that I've seen a significant numbers of Leo that are ashamed of taking space and claiming their creative side. I've seen
Yeah.
countless Leo people
Yeah.
timid, withdrawn, uh, yeah, really shy about making an impact. And I would say that this is nothing but a death sentence for that sign. Being so
Yeah.
recluse that they cannot see their own way that they can shine, they can shed light by
Yeah.
being
Yeah. The fear.
themselves is yeah.
Yeah. So the fear of being judged is more powerful than the fear of taking a step forward.
Mm,
So yeah, I can. It's funny as you were going on, and I thought to myself, yeah, you know what, Leos are generally can come across as being very shy, and it's not always that they're shy; it's that they're also in self protection mode.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know, so yeah, you can't if if I don't say anything, you can't judge me,
yep,
right? If I
definitely.
just sit here
And I would
quietly,
yeah, and I
yeah,
would also say metaphorically, it's like
yeah,
Leos are trying to regress back into Cancer by being
yeah,
so shy and withdrawn, but it's the wrong
yeah,
path. They
yeah,
need to put on a show either way. They need to be put on the spotlight.
yeah.
That's why I got so much damn light and yellow on my slides.
Yeah. No, no,
So,
that's good. They need to shine.
yeah, definitely. Here we go. They need to put on a show.
Yeah, absolutely. I
They
like that.
they and I would also say that some Leos can, because again, with their attachment to drama,
Mhm.
they can take life way too seriously in a way.
Yeah,
Maybe a little bit too there's a dramatic element. to that
Yeah.
they shouldn't translate into fear, but they should just converse it into excitement.
Yeah.
They should, definitely. Because
Yeah.
if not, it is absolutely life killing here. This is like
Yeah.
they can censor themselves so much. It is painful to watch.
Yeah. And sometimes not only Leo, but even some of the other signs that are
Oh, yeah,
afraid to
sure,
come
definitely.
forward, right? It's yeah, you're not doing yourself any favors, like the world isn't here to the world isn't here to make you suffer. The world is here to help you shine. You just have to have faith that you can do it.
Yeah, and we all have some part of Leo inside of us too. That's why it
Of course.
resonates.
Yes.
Of
Exactly.
course. And since Leo's ruler is the sun, obviously the sun is all about how we shine, how we become that
Yeah.
hero that we've all
Yeah.
dreamt before. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Uh what was oh there was the last sentence here. So they need to understand that everyone has its place under the sun and that they specifically were chosen to become this ray of light that must be put on the forefront of a scene. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So the romantic life of Leo generally takes a sizable place, as this is one of the zodiac signs that can live their lives through their emotional musings, especially with a partner. Yep. So Leo
Okay.
people typically enjoy being covered with genuine attention, making feel them valuable, special, and loved. Very important for them. They also
Yeah.
love to go and spend time with their significant other during vacation and having kid-like fun.
Yeah.
Like uncomplicated fun. Really just like they can become quite childlike when
Mm-hmm.
they're comfortable with someone and they can truly shine. It doesn't need to be like this big complicated thing. Yeah.
Nice.
While some prefer showering their loved one with expensive gifts or be on the receiving end of this luxurious lifestyle, some other would rather spend intimate time with their love of their life, just walking on a beach or something like that. Maybe just a little romantic dinner somewhere. Just maybe the simple things will brighten their
Yeah.
face like no other things.
Yeah.
If they feel that they are the center of the attention, whether they're conscious or not of it, yeah, they're in heaven. Even
Nice.
if they don't want to admit it, they want to be the center of attention.
Yeah. Yeah. That's got to be hard to, it's like the two sides of the same coin, you
Yeah,
know? Pay attention to me. No, no, no. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Pay attention to me, you know?
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Especially with, I would say, families that were really where I've seen countless people telling me that maybe where they come from, either from their own countries or families, that they had like idioms or expressions telling that I don't know, like a blade of grass that grew taller will always be cut down at the same height.
Yes. Yeah.
So I've seen countless people telling me that and hearing that
Yeah.
all over YouTube.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely. It can be hard, even not for Leo, but for everyone, just to
Yes.
shine with, if you've got some
Yeah.
talent and you're in a society or in a family systems that is really uh, where those qualities are frowned upon. Yeah,
Hmm.
that is extremely difficult.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's like it reminds me of a little bit of that Catholic guilt, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
that yeah, oh you're happy now, but wait, winter is coming. You know, it's a combination of the um the Catholic guilt, the um you know the Jewish don't expect too much,
Mm,
right? Because you know, yeah, I can I can see that, and it's so unfortunate. It's so unfortunate.
yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah,
So, yeah, you can see association here, associations. So, like, no wonder the colors are associated with those kind of hues
yeah,
here: gold, orange, red, everything bright and colorful.
yeah,
Uh, yeah, definitely the metal is gold by association with the sun. Um, like you can see here, also with the animals, uh, yeah, it's all the big cats.
yeah,
So, and
absolutely.
I would also add the peacock here.
Oh yes,
Yep.
absolutely. Yeah,
Hmm.
absolutely. Mm,
So again, with the body parts, as we're moving down with the Zodiac Man of the first podcast, we've now reached the middle section. So it's all
mm-hmm.
about the cardiac system, especially the
Yeah,
heart, the blood, and also everything related to the spine.
yeah,
So that is really important for Leos to verticalize themselves into life. So to make themselves mature in life and become their own sense of light. Should they not abide by those standards and rely on others, they will be defeated. They will maybe develop back problems by being
yeah.
always so like to like always bending down to others' expectations and things like that.
Mm,
So, yeah, so it's no surprising that in the elements and illnesses section, you can see spine problems, heart problems,
mm,
since they're so emotional, also.
yes.
You can see heart palpitation, everything relating to being overly expressive in their emotional side. Anything relating to the sun, Leos can be extremely sensitive to either a lack of sun, not having enough sun, or too
Yeah,
much of it.
too much. Yeah,
I've known I've known people with considerable amounts of Leo in their chart either absolutely loving the sun or despising
yeah,
it. It's like there's no in between
yeah,
for them.
yeah, yeah. Absolutely. Oh,
Yeah, and you can see with the occupations, like I've mentioned before, anything pertaining to the to children's education,
yeah.
high government or um, corporate positions, that this can be interesting for them. Anything in the entertainment or creative industry, yeah, they're thriving here, definitely. Um, yeah, even with like jewelers or precious metals, think that shine, they can transmit um their own capacity to
Hmm.
be to radiate joy into something concrete. So that's where we've
Yeah,
got
and
jewelers.
creativity. Yeah, they can be
Yes.
very creative. Yeah.
Yeah, so could be like performing something like
Hmm.
performance, or it would be like I said before, interior design, could be on
Yeah,
materials like jewelry. The
yeah,
possibilities are endless.
absolutely.
And again, banking. Yep, there can
Yeah.
be interested with that. Uh yeah, that's pretty much sums up with that slide. What else? Oh, that's a good one. So any planets that falls into Leo will have this need to manifest in a spectacular fashion and will need
Mm-hmm.
to be put on the spotlight in some form. There will also be a larger than life quality to those placements. Failure to express planets in a healthy way may result in mood disorders, spinal and or heart problems. So,
Okay.
the sun in Leo, the first here. So the identity here, the sun, is tied with self-expression. There's a need to become accustomed to the spotlight. It is essential um, it is essential for sons in Leo to be um to be at ease with the way they can express themselves, because the sun is all about our own creativity, our hero, our personal destination to
Mm-hmm.
become whole, to become this is the center of our charts. So it is exacerbated with Leo. There's a need to be, yeah, this kind of center in life.
Mm-hmm.
Could be
Yeah.
becoming a mother or father, could be becoming someone with a successful career. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's, we all need some place to shine. And with the sun in
Yeah.
Leo, there's definitely a need to be some kind of center of attention somewhere.
Yeah.
So again, they can have a very fragile ego here. Dramatic if repressed. Dramatic. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And I know some people with a repressed sun in Leo, and that's not inviolable. It
It's
is
not
not
nice.
pretty. No. The moon in Leo, very emotional. It is tied again to self expression. I have noticed that moons in Leo tend not to be necessarily as attention craving as the
Mm-hmm.
sun in Leo, but they're nonetheless very dramatic in some way, shape, or
Yeah.
form. There is a very strong need to be nurtured by being, like I said here, admired or feeling special in some way.
Mm-hmm.
There's kind of yeah, there's their security comes by being noticed. If they feel valued, if they feel like they can shine through something, this moon is satisfied. But yeah,
Nice.
when they're emotional, they are really, really deeply emotional.
Yep.
I'm
Yep.
going to take a sip of water here.
You go ahead.
Okay. So Mercury in Leo. Mercury is all about how we communicate, how we transmit information, how we understand, how we reason. So yeah, Mercury and Leo,
Mm-hmm.
they communicate with emphasis or drama. They like to
Mm-hmm.
entertain with the way they speak. Um, they can be really good storytellers, very good storytellers, because they have this natural emphasis. There's dramatic
Yeah. Yeah.
um, aura when they speak. They know how to make some like emphasis on certain words.
Yeah.
Very entertaining. They're entrance centers around the glamour, leisure, romance, children's education. Yeah, definitely. This placement is interesting because they have this knack for being, um, I would say, never really boring when they speak or when they like transmit
Yeah.
information. There's like always this kind of a witty
Yeah.
conversation or comedic way.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
I know some people that are like that. Yeah. That can just make whatever they're saying, it just sounds so much more exciting than if anyone
Yeah.
else said it, you know?
And especially, I would say that
Yeah.
when they've got maybe, I don't know, the sun in Cancer or Virgo or something else that is more maybe withdrawn,
Hmm.
Mercury in Leo truly is helpful when it comes to self
Yeah.
expression. It kind of
Yeah.
shake things up and make them more flamboyant, even though they're not necessarily that much.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
helps.
Absolutely.
So Venus in Leo, that's a really great combination when healthy. Uh, very romantic, very, like I
Mhm.
said, passionate movie like romance is kind of
Yeah.
an ideal here. It may be not consciously, but it's like there needs to be some kind of sparkle in that
Yeah.
romance. There needs to be in their relationship. There needs to be like something deeply heartfelt. There needs to be so if
Yeah.
not
That grand
careful.
gesture.
Yes, X. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And of course, they like the drama, they like having fun, but there should be careful not to be overly dramatic, overly
Mhm.
hopeful of things to like come 3 or 4 months after the initial spark. Of course, the relationship will evolve and maybe
Yeah.
we will be duller. So Venus and
Mhm.
Leo can be a little bit disappointed if they're not careful because there can be a little
Mhm.
bit idealistic. But also, there's a
Yeah.
very strong need to be proud of the partner. Oh my God.
Yes.
They
Yeah.
can be really picky and selective when it comes to what kind of partner they choose because they need to fit a certain
Mhm.
ideal and they cannot be seen with someone subpar
Yeah.
or like they will someone that can humiliate them in
Yeah.
public. This is a deal breaker for them.
Yeah.
Okay, and finally, Mars in Leo. This is, I would say, the most assertive position here. Of all
Mhm.
the planetary position, especially for Mars, Mars is all about we assert ourselves, how we say, this is what I want things to be done, and I'm going to fight for it. Yeah, with
Mhm.
Mars in Leo, there's no alternative. This is my way or the highway,
No
definitely.
way. Yeah.
Um, it, it is a very, very helpful with a bad chart or really challenge ridden chart.
Mhm.
Um, there's this kind of because I would say that this position here is a very, very prone to retaliation when it comes uh, with maybe adversity.
Yeah.
In if there's confrontation, Mars and Leo won't back down.
Yeah.
This is a true fighter, and they will go through all it. They will go through all the obstacles
Mhm.
because they cannot be seen as weak.
Yeah.
Leo won't allow it,
Yeah.
especially with Mars. No, the ego is paramount here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
again, very protective of loved ones, bold in action. Yep.
Mm. Interesting. I wonder if Vladimir Putin has
Mm,
um, Mars in Leo.
I can go do a very very quick Google search. Vladimir.
Hmm.
Uh, let's see. Let's see. See. Vladimir. Okay. What? No, but he's got something similar.
Ah, okay.
You've got the right intuition here.
Mm.
And I will also say that another politician who's got that kind of Mars and Leo energy is
Hmm.
Donald Trump.
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah, that's yeah, very, very apparent. Yeah, don't have to convince me of that. Yeah, because there's and he is the embodiment of a lot of the things about Leo that
yeah,
I'm going to go out there, I'm going to do things that I want, uh, you can't tell me I can't. And then
Exactly.
when he's stopped from doing something, oh, his feelings are hurt. And then, yeah, he attacks
Hmm.
personally. So,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, any
absolutely.
attack to Leo is felt like a personal attack.
Hmm.
It comes right
Yeah,
through the heart. Whereas some
yeah,
other signs might like, oh, brush it off, or like, oh, that's no biggie. Leo
yeah,
is, oh no,
yeah,
it's like goes right through it.
yeah, wounded. Yeah. Wounded to the core.
Yep.
Forever the victim of things that have been done. Yeah.
Yep. So some
Totally.
examples of celebrities with dominant Leo in their chart are
Hmm.
Italian American chess master Fabiano Caruana. Sorry if I butchered the name. So with 12 points in Leo,
Wow.
English jazz pop singer Jamie Cullum, 11 points.
Wow.
Daughter of rock star Rod Stewart, Kimberly Stewart.
Wow. Yeah, she's got a lot there.
Yep. American actor Neville Brand.
Hmm.
American author Amelia Gray.
Okay.
And American actress and daughter of Robin Williams, Zelda Williams.
Wow. Okay. Okay then. Oh wow. Must have been fun living at their house.
And I can definitely see some resemblance with her father, like
Yes.
physical
Yeah.
features. Yep.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Wow. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, we're all a little bit of everything. We're all part of the one. So, you know, it just this just helps highlight how,
Yeah.
yeah, we're not separate from anybody. We all have the um, some of the same characteristics, some of the good points, some of the bad points. You know,
Yeah. It
yeah,
will be
nothing's
emphasized for
yes,
some, but yeah,
yes,
definitely we've got a little bit of each of the 12 signs within us.
absolutely, yeah, yeah. And I shouldn't say bad points. It's not bad. It's some of the negative or challenging. Challenging is a much better word. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
In astrology,
challenging,
we say dynamic.
dynamic. Well, there you go. I like that. I like that. Yeah, absolutely. Well, this was a lot of fun again, as always, because you know what? I say this all the time. I learn so much. I learn so much about the little nuances and yeah, the different signs, the little things that work, the little things that don't, and yeah. So this is very nice for me.
Yeah.
Very, very nice for me. And I will remind everyone before we close off that if you know um, Randy Sauer, just a second, I have to look it up. Saumur, Saumur, Randy Saumur. If you know Randy, tell her that she is the lucky winner of the free personalized astrological chart and reading by John from Massalia Astro Tarot and a free 30-minute reading from me, yours truly. So I think that does it for us. And I hope you guys that were here early, hope you enjoyed the little draw. So I will just leave a comment um, at the end of this video when it uploads. Just leave a comment in Leo and going forward. Um, yeah, leave your comments under those videos, and I will collect them. And then again, before we do on November 30th, just before we get into the Sagittarius um, reading and charts and so on, we'll do the draw for the second winner. So enter as many times as you like, and you just have to leave a comment, and it can be any comment. Hopefully, you'll say some nice things about us, but if not, you can enter me. Right? and
Sure
and
hope so.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And I will do that as well. And don't forget, subscribe to Heart Center Tarot, and also subscribe to Massalia Astro Tarot. And I'm sorry, I'm eating a cough drop here, but okay. So that does it until Friday. Friday at 8 p.m. You know, be here. Someone is going to read that 500 subscriber and the 1,000 subscriber free reading from me. So be there. All righty, John, anything you wanted to say?
No,
No, that was it.
no, anything else? Yep.
Okay, perfect. And Arlene, thank you very much. You're more than welcome. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And yeah, come back next Wednesday when we will be talking uh, astrology. And next Wednesday, who are we doing after Leo?
Virgo, Virgo, Virgo.
Virgo. Virgo. Nice. All righty. Okay. So, everyone, take care. Thanks for being here. And we will see you later. Take care. Bye.
Bye.